Good morning, everybody. Happy New Year. We are officially in 2024. I can hardly believe it. Welcome to my Tuesday Facebook Coffee and a Card. It is partly cloudy here today, a lot of blue skies showing, a little bit cold, only 37 degrees right now, and only going to hit like a high, I think, of 45 today in Middle Tennessee. But that's okay. We're in January, right in the midst of winter, so I guess I can't complain about that, right? I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season and that year 2024 is off to a great start. Hi, Lenny. So good to see you on here. Hope you are doing better. My name is Maureen Rolfus, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I am coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee in the United States. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 26 years, coming up on 27 this month, and I love what I do. I am here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting so that you can then make your cards and share a bit of that joy with others. Let's see what I want to tell you. I haven't been here since December 22nd, and I apologize. That was not my original plan. But it turned out that my daughter and her family from West Virginia were able to come for a bit longer of a stay than they had originally planned. And we only see them right now about twice a year. And I was just so excited that I decided to just take off that whole holiday period and spend it with family. And we spent so much time together, all of us. It was wonderful. We had at least 4 gatherings for half days where every single one of us was present. My daughter and her family from West Virginia, my daughter and her family here in Murfreesboro, and then plus a boyfriend or 2 were here at different times, and Paul and I, and it was just delightful. So let me see if I am up and running. I see Lenny on, and I'm thinking that might mean that I can find me. So let's see if that is correct. Yep, I am up and running. Fantabulous. I also have been struggling with an infection. Hi, so glad you're here, Amy from Maryland. Nice to see you on here. An infection. You guys know I get chronic UTIs for years and years and years, and I have had a UTI since the beginning of October that we've gone through several bouts of antibiotics. We cannot kick it out, and it is just miserable. So today I'm on my last round of this antibiotic. It is not completely gone yet, so we'll see. I have to wait a couple days and then contact my doctor. But I kind of just needed that downtime, and it was good for me to be able to rest and just be with family. And yeah, it was something I needed. So thank you for bearing with me, everybody. My notes just fell down and I can't see what I want to say. As always, I will be drawing from all of the comments on today's video and giving away the project that we make today. So leave your comments. I love to hear from you. I share with you at the beginning because I want you to know me, and I like to get to know you. So please share in the comments. Let me know about your life. Hi, Xana. So good to hear you. I'd love to see you. I'd love to hear how your holidays have gone, how the new year is looking for you. Yeah, I'm just always interested in what is going on in your life and getting to know more about you. I will be accepting comments all day today through midnight on January 3rd, which is tomorrow. And then I will draw for the winner the next morning and send that card out to the winner. Excuse me. Congratulations to my last winner, Joanne Norton. She won that Flight and Airy card that I made on December 22nd. Joanne, that's out to you. Hopefully you've received it by now. Hi, Cheryl. Glad you're watching. And yeah, thank you for watching and commenting. Also, if you can share my video to your homepage, a crafty friend, another crafty group, that just gets me exposure that I wouldn't otherwise have, and I appreciate it so much. So if you do that, let me know. And besides that comment, I will give you a bonus entry toward today's card because it means so much to me. All right, I think that is everything I want to say about all of this. I'm going to take you down to my table, so hang on and bear with me while I turn you around. Let me see, Xana. Mine has been lots of hospital visits. Oh my gosh. Yes, so many people that I love and care about have had so many injuries and hospital visits and infections. I guess it's just, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm praying for all of us to have healing. If you saw my post at all on my regular Facebook page, though, I mean, my personal, those of you who are my Facebook friends, I choose a word each year that's significant in my prayer life that I can pray on and hopefully work through the whole year. And this year it's healing, because I just know I need healing for so many things, and yet so many others do also. So healing is my word. If you tell me you need prayer, I will pray for you. You will be on my list. So please feel free to do that in the comments anytime. All right, now I'm going to turn you around, take you down to the table. Now, my grandson slept in this room over the holidays, so he may have moved a few things on my desk. So let me make sure I'm where I want to be. And I think I am. I think I'm pretty close to where I need to be. All right, this is me, Maureen Rolfus, the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. Email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. Contact me anytime you want. Facebook is facebook.com/Crazy Stamping Lady. You can find me on YouTube under Maureen Rolfus, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. If you are shopping with me in the month of January 2024, please use this hostess code. You can always find it at the beginning of my January videos. It is pinned to the top of my Crazy Stamping Lady Facebook page, and today I will be updating it on my blog. I try to do that the very end of the year, the first day of the year, but Jenny just left, so I didn't do much of anything, and I am a bit behind, but it will get pinned there soon. It's also at the bottom of any emails I send you, and you can just email me for it if you don't have it. That would be great. All right, I have a ton of cards I got that I have not shared. But they're all just everywhere right now because of me not being on here and keeping things in order and not being able to get in my craft room. So I will hopefully share all the rest of the cards I received soon. I might do a separate little video for it because there's a bunch, but I plan to show those. Hopefully I'll be able to get to do that. All right. I do not have all of my information for you today. I don't have my upcoming virtual class yet, but I will have that information by Friday. I also don't have my bundle bonus information, but I will have that also by Friday. So please just bear with me and give me a couple days to get my act together. But I do have my upcoming class options. In January, I'm doing my first in-person class here in Murfreesboro. It is on Friday, January 26th from 1 to 3 p.m. We will be doing beautiful handmade cards, 2 different cards, 2 designs, and a bonus 3-day project. The cost is $20 or it is free with a $50 merchandise purchase. And that's also great because it's during celebration when you can also earn a free celebration item. So please, if you're local and you want to sign up for that, let me know. I will send you all the information to be sure that you know what's going on. And then I'm also offering a similar class as an online option. So that will be on Saturday, the 27th, 2024 in a private Facebook group that I've set up. If you pay for the class in RSVP, it is $25, which includes your shipping and handling for the kit. It is payable through Venmo to my account, and I can get you that information if you're interested. You're going to make 4 handcrafted cards each and a bonus, just like we're doing in our regular class. And for this class, you would just come into the Facebook group that I'll send you an invitation to. We'll do the cards together. If you can't get there, the link will still be available for you after to put your cards together. You must RSVP for this class by January 15th, because every kit will go out on the 16th so that you have time to get them on the 27th. So let me know, email me, comment here if you want more information. Our current annual catalog is still going strong, so don't forget about it with all the mini catalog hubbub. This catalog, our winter mini catalog, or fall and winter, is going to be gone in just a couple days. So the brand new catalog starts on January 4th. You have just a couple more days, today and tomorrow, to order out of here. And there's a lot of items that are gone, but the majority is still available. And there's some great things in here. We're going to use one of the carryover products from here today also on our card. And then Sale-a-bration and our new mini catalog start on January 4th. I still cannot show you anything on the insides of these pages until that date. That is Stampin' Up! Rules, and that is fine. But when I come back on Friday, I'll be able to show you a little bit more in these catalogs. But we are going to play with a new Sale-a-bration product and a bundle out of the mini catalog. So this will be fun. Stick with me. And for the card I'm making today, I want to show you just a fun and easy, it looks like my glass mat is a little dirty. Let me see if I can clean that with my chamois. Hang on, guys. It's got fingerprints all over. You might not be able to see them, but they drive me a little nuts. So I'm just going to take my chamois. So if you remember correctly, this is the sign-up bonus for signing up during Sale-a-bration in 2024. It is this beautiful glass mat. I love it. I think it's gorgeous. At the top, it has, I'll bring it down, the Stampin' Up! Logo. It has metric measurements on the top and the right side. At the bottom, it has this beautiful floral image. And then it has imperial measurements across the bottom and the left side. And it comes with this chamois that is wonderful for cleaning it. And this cute little silicone piece that can stick on your mat, and once it's on there, it does not move, but it's easy to peel up and remove. And you can use this like for laying your chamois on. You can put watercolors in here and mix them for watercoloring. I think I showed you last time that it also fits our little ink spots, so you could have those available for you. And then when you don't want it on your mat, just pick it up and move it. It's that simple. So that is the sign-up bonus. I would love to have you join my team of crazy stamping ladies. If you want more information, just let me know. Okay, so for today's card, we are going to see how to use some pieces of designer series paper, and then we're going to cut this and then have the pieces for 3 different similar cards. So my objective today is to make sympathy cards. All of you might not need sympathy cards, so when I show you this set, you'll see it's available for other things. But I lost a very dear friend, a very close friend, right before Christmas. She passed away unexpectedly. She'd been having health problems, but nothing that we thought was going to take her so soon. She's my age. She was my friend since I was 3 years old. She's my longest friend. We grew up together. We were neighbors. We were college roommates. She stood up in my wedding. And Barb, I already miss you. So I just thought, I have no sympathy cards, and I really struggle making sympathy cards when I need them. So today I'm making sympathy cards. But you could do the same layout and design and make a different type of card if you wanted. So what I'm going to start with is 3 coordinating patterns. So these papers are from, let me show you the papers, are from a Sale-a-bration offering. So this could be free with a $50 purchase. It's called Sunny Days Designer Series paper, and it's the spring Sale-a-bration. And I'm going to show you all the patterns in here. Let me get these out of the way for just a second. So this pattern, oh, I love the colors in here so much. This one, some little cherries, flowers, and strawberries. And then I'm going to turn these over And on the backs are all these more muted colors of yellows and blues. And there's sunshine and kind of a gingham, clouds and raindrops. Just kind of a, I think it's supposed to be like rain falling down from the sky at an angle. Just lines at an angle on the blue. Some little blue rainbows. And some butterflies. So I love this paper. Yellow, red, blue, what can go wrong, right? They're just gorgeous. So you can see where you could use these papers to make some fun birthday cards or thinking of you cards. But today, for our project, I chose some of the more muted designs for my sympathy cards. And I think these are lovely. I think they're beautiful, but they're just not really bright and sunshiny. They're the side that's not quite as bright and sunshiny. I think they go together well. And what I did is I cut these at 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/8. And that's because I'm going to layer them. Let me grab my layers here. Here's my envelope. And I have just a white card base that is our normal size, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Then I have a piece of basic black that is 1 layer down. So this piece is 5 1/4 by 4. And then I wanted just a little bit of that border showing. So my DSP is cut down just 1/8 of an inch from that size, which is where I got my 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So if you didn't want to worry about eighths, you could cut it down a whole quarter, which means you would cut it at 3 3/4 by 5. And that would be your next layer down if you wanted more of your black showing around the edge. So do it however you like. I'm going to lay these pieces all together, stacked up straight. I'm going to take my ruler. Whoa, wow, for just a minute I couldn't remember what that was called. That's pretty scary, huh? And lay it right along the right-hand side, because a couple of my papers do have a right and wrong, okay? So you have to have them going the right direction. So I'm going to lay this along the right-hand side of my paper, lining it up. Now you do not have to be exact with this, guys. It's pretty forgiving, so don't worry. In fact, I'm going to use a lighter color on top just so I can see my pencil marks more. It doesn't really matter which one's on top or bottom, so don't worry about that so much. You're just stacking them up. I'm going to lay my ruler along here, and along the right side, I'm going to come down and make a tick mark at 2 1/2, and again at 4 1/4. Okay, and then I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to turn it completely around. So I'm going counterclockwise. I'm going to turn it so the bottom is up, and then so the original left-hand side is now on my right. And I'm going to come in and do the same exact thing. I'm going to make another tick mark at 2 1/2 and 4 1/4. Now, like I said, this is not an exact science, guys. So if you're a little bit off, don't worry. It doesn't matter. If you want to make your lines in a different spot, that'll probably work too. And then I'm going to come and do the same thing. I'm going to turn it back counterclockwise until my paper has the image going the correct way. So hopefully that makes sense. If not, watch it a couple times on the video so that you can figure that out, because it kind of is important for getting your angles. So here is my trimmer. And now I'm going to take my paper, and with it facing the right way, I'm going to tilt it so that in the groove of my paper cutter, I have the tick mark on the left side and the tick mark, top tick mark on the right side lined up. So you can see it's an angle. And we're going to, and again, this does not have to be totally exact. Don't worry about it. Just get it lined up as close as you can. And then take your blade, and I just run it through twice to make sure all 3 layers are cut. And I'm going to lay that up here. And then I'm going to scoot it over. And now I'm using my bottom tick mark from the left and my bottom tick mark on the right, and lining those up once again in that groove. And we're going to cut this. Okay. So now we have 3 pieces of 3 sheets of designer series paper. The next thing I want to do is come back in with my white eraser. So I always try to use a white eraser. Someone gave me this and I cannot find another. And when this eraser's gone, I'm going to be so sad. I've been searching. You just keep clicking it down as you need more eraser, and it is wonderful. You can also get pencils with white erasers, and I have a few of those here, and I'll be fine, but I just love this. So if there's any pencil marks showing on the edge of your paper, just erase it. Excuse me, but keep these in the same order. I'm going to do this next one in the middle here, and come down and just, I'm taking off the pencil on here. And when you cut on our paper cutter, sometimes you can get a little raised edge on your paper. I just will run my fingernail across that to get it flattened back out. You could run your bone folder too. It doesn't even always need it. Like this piece doesn't have it at all. This one did a little bit. Okay, so now I erase those marks. I'm going to put this one right here. And then there's a little bit on here. And that's it. So all of my pencil marks are now gone. And I have these 3 stacks of paper. What I'm going to do is on this first one, I'm going to take my top sheet of paper and move it to the bottom, just like that. On the second one, I'm going to take my top sheet and move it to the bottom, and a top sheet and move it to the bottom again. And my third one, I'm going to just leave alone. So if you just remember, your top one is section 1, you're going to move 1 back. Excuse me. The middle section is section 2, so you're going to move 1 and then 2 back, and then leave the third one alone. And these are going to give us our layers for our 3 cards. So now I'm going to put these together on my card and show you how this comes together. I'm just going to take my basic black piece. Remember, this is 5 1/4 by 4. It's 1/4 inch layer down from my card base. I'm going to take that and center it onto my basic white front, card front, just like that. And I did see that it was opening the correct way, but that's always a good thing to check before you put your cards together. And then we're going to take this very bottom piece here, which in this case is raindrops. And I'm going to take my seal and just run it around some of the edges, not the entire thing, just enough to hold it down. And now I'm going to place it on here, leaving a little bit of a border. So about half as much as the white, because I only did 1/8 of an inch larger on the black from these DSP. Then I'm going to take my very next one. Now remember, keep these in order and keep them stacked in order, because that's important. And we're going to come in here and I'm going to lay this one down. Whoops. Making sure my design's going. So that's why you want to keep them in the right order too, because you always want your design going the right direction. We're going to lay that right above. Now you can see I came right up to the edge of this designer series paper, but I'm still leaving that border along the edges. And then I'm going to take my top one. Wow, I'm losing my voice again. You guys, I guess I talk too much to you. Halfway through my videos, I lose my voice. I'm going to grab a sip of coffee. Hang on, I still have my Merry and Bright mug from the holidays, because things are still merry and bright. Right, guys? It's a new year. It's going to be great. And I'm going to come in here and we're going to lay this one right on here, keeping that same border edge. All right. So that's how this card came together. Now you can see when I do the next one, it's going to have the flowers at the top, the clouds in the middle, and the strips at the bottom. And then my third one will be the opposite. So my third card, I'm just going to keep these in order by card now. My third card will have the clouds at the top, the stripes in the middle, and the flowers at the bottom. And they will all look wonderful. So I'm going to set these aside too, just like that. Let's get these. Okay, so that's my other 2 card pieces that we're not going to worry about right now, because we're going to finish off this card. So let me show you the set we're using. It's Heartfelt Hexagon. It is in the brand new mini catalog coming out. I really like it. I like it because, 1, it coordinates with the Heartfelt Hexagon punch, which is always wonderful when I can get a punch to coordinate with my set. So we're going to be using this, but it is such a great set. It has With Sincere Sympathy, and we're going to be using that today. Sending you lots of love and hugs, which would be great for Valentine's Day. I hope your day is filled with joy for any time. Mr. and Mrs. Let's Eat Cake, and both of these could also go with any of these. A Simple For You, which you guys know I love so much. And then it has the greatest little elements. It has this flower sprig, a little stem of leaves, a heart, a flower, and then a little swirly doodad thing that you can put inside as you're punching, as well as two borders that fit perfectly in the punch. So it is a great little set, everyone. It is $20 for the set, or $37.75 for the bundle. Great, great deal and adorable. So I'm going to set the set aside because I have all the stamps I'm going to be using, and we don't need that. I'm going to grab my mat with a piece of scrap paper on it because we are using photopolymer stamps right now. And let me see. I'm going to start out with the border and a couple other little stamps here. So let's just take my Memento Black ink, and I have a piece of scrap basic white, and I'm going to stamp my hexagon border right down here. And when you're stamping it in the punch, it goes into the punch this way, so you want it pretty close to the edge so it'll be easy to punch. It does not have a huge border around it when you cut it out, just a tiny one, so it doesn't need to be up from the edge very far, and you don't waste much paper at all on that, which is nice. Next, I'm going to take my With Sincere Sympathy, and we're going to ink that up, and I'm going to come in here and try to line this up on camera. I think I can do it. It's pretty easy to line up. But you know I have to get my head over it a little bit, and that's hard on camera. So there's my With Sincere Sympathy. So every single one of the sentiments on here fits inside of here. And for this one here, you would want to go up and down vertically instead of horizontally, but it fits. And I love that everything in there works with this. And then because I have flowers in one of my patterns, I wanted to add a little more to this sentiment. So I'm going to ink up that little flower and try to place it going directly up and down right in the center at the bottom there, just like that, to add a little more of an element to that sentiment. On the inside of the card, I didn't have a good sentiment from this set for the inside, so I pulled out my So Sincere stamp set. Now this was in the fall mini catalog. It is still available. It's $24, but it is also on the carryover list. So it'll become available and you can keep using it until they decide it goes away. So it is still available for purchase. It's a great set with wonderful sentiments. I know I've used it before many times, but with my grandkids, be grateful for what you have. Be proud of who you are. So very proud of you. Hope your day is a happy one. I love all those. But then they have this one that says, "You're in my heart and prayers," which I thought was beautiful for the inside of a sympathy card. But this is a red rubber card, or red rubber sentiment. So I would not need it, the mat underneath here when I'm stamping with that, but it's not going to hurt anything. And I'm going to take my card and open it and turn it upside down. I've shared this with you guys a couple times before. For me, when I stamp my sentiments upside down on the inside of my card, I tend to be able to get them a little straighter. So I'm just going to ink this up. We'll see, right? We'll see what happens here. And come down here and stamp that upside down. And yep, it looks pretty darn straight. Now I can do it straight this way too, but I just find for some reason that helps me a little bit. So that's how I do that. And then I'm going to grab that little flower one more time and ink it up. And we're going to put it right underneath that sentiment, just like that. Okay, so that's the inside of my card. I might as well do my envelope while we're at it, right? So I think on the envelope, I'm going to do what I just did here on the inside of the card. And I'm going to find that sentiment one more time. And we are going to, on here, I'm just going to, this way I'm going to just do it straight and let's see what happens. Hopefully I'm okay. Yep, that's good too. So maybe I can just do them pretty straight. But I have my moments. Do you guys have days where everything's crooked and then other days where everything's perfect? That's seems to me. If I get on a roll and things are crooked, they're going to be crooked all day. And if I can get them straight, they're pretty straight all day. So there is my envelope. And then now I think we're done with stamping on this card. So let's take these and set them aside. And then I want to color those flowers. So for the flowers, we now have 3 of them here. I could color them all either with our blends, which I really love our blends, and that would be fine. Or I could color them all with our Stampin' Write marker. But I'm going to use a combination, and this is why. When you're coloring with blends, it can seep through to the back of your card. So that's not going to matter here on the envelope because I can color this on my envelope. I just want to stick in a piece of scrap paper, and that way it will not go through to the back. So you're sticking this piece of scrap paper inside the envelope, and that way even if it seeps through the paper a little bit, it's not going to go to the back of the envelope, and no one's going to see the inside of the envelope. So I'm using my blend on here for this reason. If you're sending your cards through the mail and they get in rainy weather, if I used marker on this envelope, that marker, if it got wet at all, would bleed all over the envelope. And so whenever I'm trying to color on my envelopes a color, I try to use the alcohol markers. Then now that's permanent on there. It's not going to bleed if it gets wet. I can take this little scrap paper out, and then none of it actually seeped through the back of the envelope, which is perfect, exactly what I want. So for that one, I'm choosing my blend, my alcohol marker, okay? For the inside of the card though, if I colored this with alcohol marker, it would now bleed through on the back of my card, and there's no way for me to prevent that from happening. So for the inside of my card, I'm going to use my Stampin' Write marker. Now, if you don't have both of these, you don't have to color these flowers at all. On your envelope, just leave it black and white if you don't have an alcohol marker. Or on your card, just leave it black and white if you don't have the Stampin' Write marker. But I'm fortunate enough to have both, so I'm going to go with that. And then on this third little flower, on our sentiment, it doesn't really matter. Because if it seeps through on the back, it doesn't matter. It's not going to be exposed to the elements, so it doesn't matter. So you can use either one. It's not going to matter in this case. I didn't want to add a lot of color to this sympathy card, but I like having a little bit. It doesn't have to be gray and black. Barb's favorite color was pink, so I wish I could have made it pink, but it's going to her husband, and I wasn't sure he'd appreciate that. So we're going to go with our Lost Lagoon. That's the color I'm using here, is Lost Lagoon. And I love that. Okay, so let me get my little punch here. And I'm going to feed this in upside down, and you'll see it just has a little bit of border of white all the way around the edge. Try to get it as even as you can. Like that, and then punch it out. So there is our sentiment. I'm going to set these to the side. And then I'm going to add this to the front of our card. So for this sentiment, I want a little bit of ribbon behind it. So I chose to use this bordered ribbon. It is available in the catalog. It is Lost Lagoon, and it is, how wide is it? Where is it? It is 1/4 inch. It's really soft. I love the color. I thought it was beautiful on here as a coordinating color. And we're going to add that to the back of the With Sincere Sympathy. So I'm taking my Seal Plus because I want this to be super sticky. And I'm just running a couple lines of this. And then I'm going to take my ribbon and starting down here on the bottom with the tail sticking out, I'm going to pull up to the top and I am going to loop it right next to itself. So I'm making the loop so it'll lay flat, but right next to that first strip. Let me get it just a little more out of an angle. And you can pick this up off of the Seal Plus, which is nice, and finagle it a little bit. So I just want a little loop sticking up above. Then I'm going to come down here to the bottom and I'm going to loop it the same way so it'll still lay flat on here, and loop it so this tail comes back up to this side of the ribbon, just like that. And then move it if you need to. Like I see now, I want this tail coming over a little bit more to this angle. So go ahead and do that. And this tail, I want a little more to this angle. Just play with it. You can pick it up and down many, many times till you get it where you like it, okay? And then I'm going to take my ribbon cutting scissors, which everyone should have one. If you don't, go invest one and tell everyone not to touch it, because I keep it sharp and nice and it can trim my ribbon so well. And I'm just going to trim these tails at an angle, just like that. And I like putting ribbon on this way, especially if it is for a man. It's just not a big fluffy bow on there, but it gives that ribbon accent on your card. And then I'm going to use the edges of a piece of dimensional. So you know I save my edges. I never get rid of them. But this is a perfect use for them because I can take these strips and lay them all the way across that ribbon to anchor it in place, and it just works great. So I'm going to put another strip over here and one more down over here, and that gives me plenty of dimensionals on there. It raises the dimensionals up from where any glue might still be showing, and it anchors all of my ribbon. So it is a great use of those edges. I would never throw them away no matter what. I use them all the time, but those long strips work wonderful when you're trying to anchor that ribbon behind a card or sentiment in this manner. And then I'm just going to come up here and lay this on here. I'm having some of this floral image show down here, trying to get a straight edge on it, just like that. And again, I want to add a little bling, but nothing overwhelming because this is going to a man and it is a sympathy card. So I'm going to grab my tiny little gems here and my take your pick tool. And it's a little cool in here, so I'm going to warm up that putty end. And just a reminder, guys, you hardly need any putty showing. It is such a little bit. The more you have, the less effective it is on picking up your gems. So I have this tiny little ball of putty on the end. I warmed it with my finger, and now I'm just going to come in and pick up my gem and come over here and place it right in the middle of that flower, like that. And that is my card. That's, to me, a perfect sympathy card. A little color, a little lightness, but it still conveys the message I want to convey. And then on the inside, you're in my heart and prayers. Now, I'm not going to make the other two cards for you on camera because you just saw me do this one, but I am going to show you how it works because I did a set ahead of time. So this is the one I just made now, but previously I cut the same 3 papers together at an angle, and these are the 3 cards I came up with. This one, and this one. And I love them. I think they are perfect sympathy cards for a male or a female. I will keep them on hand through the year. I'll finish those other one. That gives me 6, and hopefully, God willing, I will not have to use more than 6 sympathy cards this year. So that is how it works. You have all your pieces cut. You just keep layering them one at a time on the cards. Keep them in order. Keep them going the right direction. And then you can finish this off with any one of the sentiments that you like if you are not in need of sympathy cards. But I love it. I love the way it came together. I love the way they look. And I am so happy to have 6 sympathy cards, or will in a minute. I'm done. Actually 5, because I am giving this one away. So if you would like to win this sympathy card, please leave me your comments. Every single comment counts as an entry. You have all day today through midnight tomorrow to put those entries in. If you share my video, let me know and I will give you a bonus entry. And yes, I would love to hear from you. Let me know how your weather is, how your New Year's going, how your holidays were. I love to hear all of that. And if you need my prayers anytime, please let me know and I will add you to my daily prayer list, especially for healing, emotionally, physically, mentally, whatever you need, let me know. And you can send that. If you want a private note, send it to me in an email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com and I will keep that private. I don't share the prayer requests with others. It is just for my daily prayer. All right. I do plan to be back here on Friday at 10:30, same place. I will be able to show you the catalog insides, which is going to be fun. Please mark your calendar to join me. And as always, I would love to be your creative coach and demonstrator. So if you have any questions at all, or if you need a catalog, please reach out to me in the comments of this video or by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. Have a wonderful week and a great start to your new year, and I will see you all soon. Bye.